Hey, my name is Liz Bentley from Liz Bentley Associates. When we start our coaching project, the first thing we like to do is have people take a behavioral assessment. There are a lot of great assessments out there, but the one that we picked is called the DISC. The reason we like the DISC is that it measures 4 different personality types that people fall into: the dominant, the influencer, the steady, and the conscientious. And that type of personality is someone who's very exacting. They're the type that loves the facts. They like to study analytics and put together graphs and charts. They're the kind of people who like to move slowly.
I'm a perfectionist. I like to go enough steps to make good decisions. And I like a lot of information before making a decision and making a plan.
At the time, Andrea had 2 other partners that were both males, both dominants, very strong personalities. And on the team, she played the role of much more of the passive, caretaking style. So I always ask people, well, how were you described in the first 10 years of your life? What were the 3 adjectives that people used?
Responsible, easy, and smart. I am the oldest. I've got 2 younger brothers, and I did what I was asked. I wanted to be easy. I wanted to make those around me feel like go with the flow, anything works. And I did what I was asked to do, and I did what I was expected to do without pushback.
So when she came to work on this team, she filled that role again, being very easygoing, acquiescing to what everybody wanted, always acting very responsibly, and being smart and studious and doing her work well.
You know, I grew up in the era of life isn't fair, don't expect it to be, and sometimes you have to do the things you don't want to do, but do it with a smile, it'll be easier for you.
This became a real shortcoming because her complacency and her passive style actually was slowing the team down.
I can find something wrong in anything. I can find a typo in a menu and I barely even open it.
She was great at fault finding. This was a terrific quality until she became Debbie Downer, constantly saying no to things, stopping projects, not allowing for any big ideas to come into place because they always seemed too risky, and she could see more of what was going to go wrong than what was going to go right.
Everywhere I look, I find things that I think should be a little bit different, and often they're easy little things, and I can't believe, how do people not spend that extra 2 minutes to get it right?
Also, her ability to be a peacemaker, while this again was good with her 2 male counterparts who were always kind of much more aggressive and going at it, made her become an avoider, so that she avoided all conflict and never really spoke her real opinion. And last but not least, her ability to be process-driven, which is great because she was putting things into order where the team was much more chaotic, made her rigid.
I want to really map the path where we're going, where we're headed every single step. The D's, of course, think it should have been done 4 minutes after the idea came out of their mouth.
Andrea was really starting to what we call quiet quit, because she would always say the word,
sure. I'll just do it, no problem. And of course, they walk away with, oh, she said, sure, we're good.
And that 4-letter word was a real problem. She was always saying the word sure instead of making a commitment and saying yes or saying no. So we made a rule in coaching that she had to either say yes and completely agree and be committed, or say no. And what was hard about the no is that when she said no, then she had to deal with the challenge that she had to face. Because when you say no to things, people say, well, why not? I want you to do this. And then she had to stand up for herself. So she couldn't be an avoider anymore.
It's funny how I've got a Post-it here with sure and a big little line through it. Like, I'm not saying the word sure, and I actually don't anymore.
So Andrea finding her opinions, telling her team how she felt, giving a lot more information and expressing a lot more words, even in just her language, made a huge difference with the team and really saw her stepping into her power and influencing both of her male counterparts a lot more than she had before.
It's okay to just start a project and maybe not know where it's headed, but just make progress and we can work along the way. It doesn't have to be perfect.
And Andrea had to learn that good enough gets the product out, that good enough is better than going too slow and missing the market.
What it really did was help me realize where my strengths were and use those best to the team in holding people accountable, helping them plan, raising my hand early saying, I don't think this is going to work. Let's make a plan now to change the outcome. In the past, I might have just been waiting for it to fail and saying, told ya, which nobody likes, of course, but being responsible on the front end and having the courage to say, look, guys, I don't think we're on the right path. Let's shift now while we still have the opportunity for the best outcome.
This also empowered her to really make changes in herself. And those changes, she also started to see showing up everywhere else in her life, including her parenting, in her family, in her personal life, all over. She was slowly stepping more into her power and owning every part of what she was doing.
These judges have